praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the name of our mighty power, and the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Wa Yahushai. To all the sincere men of Great Millstone pushing the gospel through the four corners of the earth, and the like-minded Akim doing likewise, Shalom. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth, and to our sisters that listen along, Shalom. Yeah man, and what we see here in this video is a release clip of, you know, the so-called white man deliberately starting these forest fires. Now, when I first saw this, you know, I was in a bit of a shock, but then when you understand the precepts and you know the type of guy that's ruling, it don't become surprising anymore. You know, I was just stunned, because you see what he's doing, you know, what the so-called white man is doing is he's blaming the forest fires, you know, on the so-called, what do you call it now, global warming, you know what I mean, climate change. That's what he's blaming it on. But then the clip show you something else, you know what I mean, which show you say, oh, this man is double-minded as fuck. So he will come out and he will tell people that, but then look what he's doing. And of course this is orchestrated by the elites. These guys are using a flamethrower to catch the trees on fire, literally, deliberately. That's what they're doing. You know what I mean? Even the blind can see that. Look at the trail of fire. Look at the trail of fire that's following. Look, you can see that they're clearly, you know, deliberately lighting the trees of fire, man. You understand what I'm saying? And this is a very wicked thing. You know, we tell you, you know, this devil have a lot to pay for. You understand what I'm saying? Because on one hand, he's telling people, you know, and forging different, you know, laws and coming up with different so-called coping mechanisms, you know, all in the name of climate change and global warming, man. You know what I mean? So we clearly show you, pursuing to the book of Job, the 13th chapter, that this man is a forger of lies. You know what I mean? This man deal very deceitfully, right? We could just bring out the Job the 13th chapter and verse 4, and it says, you know, speaking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, but ye are forgers of lies. Yeah, one of the biggest lies being told right now, you know, is that global warming or climate change, you understand what I say, which we know they are tampering with the weather, they are tampering with the climate. You get what I say? And then it actually explains why America, you know, is going through such high temperatures, right? We see they put out a map the other day showing the heat, the level of heat that is in America. You know what I mean? And this is one of the contributing factors to it, right? But if I never caught wind of this video, I would have never known that this is what they're doing. You see me I say? Ye are all physicians of no value, and we know what that going to as well. You know what I mean? Them pharmacare, you know, them pharmaceutical industry, which is a whole lie. You know, but the point being that these fuckers are forgers of lies. You know, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You get what I say? We need to hurry up and get this bastard out of power, but we have to wait upon the Lord, man. You know what I mean? And as time progresses, more and more things are being revealed. You know, all of these things, the veil is being lifted off, all of his deceits and his plans and his conspiracies, you know what I mean, to destroy the world, particularly the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, who belong to the biblical 12 tribes of Israel, right? The son of perdition has been revealed. You can't hide anymore. It's not the Arab, it's not the Hamites, you know, it's not the Moabites. You understand what I say? The son of perdition is none other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. See? And his skirt is being lifted in this time. Exposure. 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Yeah, and you go back to that God complex that he has, feel him high and mighty, trying to dictate to all of these nations how they're supposed to go about doing them things. Ultimately, the upper echelon of Esau, the light bearers, you get what I said, them elevate themselves high above Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You see me? And that's why the great fall is going to be very befitting. But I could just grab the meaning of the word perdition real fast. Let's see if I have the dictionary pulled up. Let's see. Get the meaning of the word perdition. Because he's the son of perdition. See? Eternal damnation. Hell, absolute ruin. Which we know hell go back to destruction. So this man is the son of absolute ruin. You get what I say? So the man can't hide, man. We're deadlock on upon him now. Right? And he's the one that's in rulership. That's why the world is in such an oppressed state. Right? The scripture say, when the wicked rule, the people mourn. Proverbs 29. Could just draw for that. Proverbs 29. Yes. And it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And that is exactly why when the kingdom when Yahweh Shai claim the kingdom, take the kingdom, conquer these rulers upon the earth, and Israel is in rulership, the nations will rejoice. Yeah, we could deal with them hostile for a while, but ultimately we could then degrade them from being slaves to tributaries. They're always going to be under our rule, and they're going to realize that the world run way better, right? But then we could finish a precept. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Exactly. Everybody's mourning right now. Over there, we have Ishmael. They're getting fed up of Esau, Edom's, dictatorship, as it were. We have all people being oppressed. Even the wildlife, species gone extinct. You get what I say? So, we soon get this man out of power. And his destruction is coming because of his pride. Right? The destruction that awaits him draw nigh. You understand what I say? Because this man is abusing his power. Right? Micah 2nd chapter verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. Why? And work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Yeah, them have power and them grasp, so them can do whatever them feel like. That's why you see them blazing the trees. Just look. Blazing the trees, man. Right? Doing all of this. You understand what I'm saying? There's nobody to stop them. But Yahweh Bashim Yahweh is just allowing them to do their do for the time being. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Esau's future is written. It was prophesied all over scripture. And one of the most popular books is the book of Obadiah. It tell you Esau, Edom's future. We can just go a little bit into that and bring out what go on. Obadiah is just one book. We can even go verse 15. This is the future of Esau, Edom. Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, all of them, including Esau. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Yeah, man, Esau is going to be rewarded for all of these things, and including the other nations as well, for all the things that they've done, particularly to the children of Israel, right? For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Here's the point. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire. Since we want to talk about burning, the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, northern kingdom and southern kingdom, and the house of Esau for stubble. So, Dr. Esau, you're going to be in the position of these trees that are burning very soon, right? And that fire that is coming out of your helicopter, that fire represents Israel, right? And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. That is your future. So enjoy it while it lasts. You know what I mean? The payback is coming for you, damn devil. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Shalom to the nation of Israel.